be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
My name is April. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. I do Dollar Tree DIYs and farmhouse trash to treasures on this channel. Today I am showing you how to age terracotta pots. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I was looking up just ideas on how to redo my pots like in a farmhouse style, and I ran across a girl on Pinterest that has a blog. She did a DIY tutorial and it was so neat, so I was like, oh, I have to try this. And so I hope you guys will try it too if you like that kind of thing. They just turn out so beautiful, so I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I do have to put some protective spray on the outside of them, and then at the end of the video I just have some randomness that I'm going to share with you. Just a little clip of my garden. My husband tilled it finally, and so I'll be planting in a couple of weeks. And then also we went mushroom hunting in the mountains yesterday, so I'll share just a few clips of that. My son just found one little mushroom. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with mushroom hunting, but we were looking for morels, and I think they're called chanterelles, the brain mushrooms, and he found one little brain mushroom. And then we were just up there for a couple of hours and came back home, but it was so nice just to get away, and there was nobody up there. It was beautiful. So I just put in some random clips, and with all of that, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So the supplies that you'll need are your terracotta pots, some all-purpose joint compound, some gloves if you want to protect your hands, paper towels, a cheap paintbrush, and some sandpaper. And then whatever you want to plant in your pots, I have these 3 adorable plants that I'll be planting. And so let's get started.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that I love it.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up our joint compound, and I chose to wear gloves, but you don't have to wear gloves. This stuff rinses off really easy, and it feels really good in your hands, even with gloves on. It's a lot of fun. And you just start smearing it on. There is no way that you can mess this up, honestly. You just smear it on. Make sure that you have, newspaper or something down, because it is messy and it does dry hard. So you definitely don't want to get it all over your counter or your workspace. And then you just smear it on, I would say about a ½ inch, and I just cover the whole entire pot, including the rim. And I kind of went like 1 inch down on the lip on the inside, but you don't have to do that. Either way is fine. And so you just keep smearing until the whole thing is covered.
I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me.
Next, we are going to take a paper towel and just kind of crunch it up and start dabbing the whole thing. And it just kind of gives it a little more texture, and this is all personal preference. So if you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. I like the way it looks though. I kind of dab the whole thing with the paper towel, or if you have gloves on, or honestly, even if you don't have gloves, you could probably just tap the whole pot and get the same look, just like I'm doing here. And it just kind of creates little peaks all over it, and then I kind of went back over it in certain spots and smeared it just to give, different looks of texture all around the whole pot. And that is it. That is all you have to do.
And on to the next one. I think I did 4 pots total. I started off with a smaller one just in case, you know, this was my first time doing it, so I wasn't quite sure how easy it was going to be, but it's so much fun, you guys, and it was so easy. And here's a bigger pot and just kind of doing the same thing.
Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die.
Okay, so here is what they are looking like. I did take a blow dryer to speed up the drying process, but honestly this stuff dries pretty fast, which is nice. I think they look really good. I'm pretty happy with the texture. You can see here where I kind of smeared it, but also kind of tapped it with the paper towel. And you know, you can do it however you like. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do some light sanding. And I'm sorry if the lighting is off, you guys, and you see shadows. I'm kind of in a temporary setup. I'm working on redoing my craft room, as a lot of you already know. And so right now I'm kind of in this little corner over here. So I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding just to get the peaks off so that they don't come off when I move these pots around, because this stuff is kind of messy. Just really light, and it sands off really easy. And actually I can tell it's not all the way dry now that I'm starting to sand it. When it's dry, it dries white, and when it's wet, it's a little bit grayish. So right here, once I sanded off the very outer layer, you can see it's still a little bit wet, but that's okay. I think that's okay. We'll go ahead and just keep sanding. Kind of wipe it off with a paper towel just to get any of the dust off. And it's looking pretty good. This camera though, I like it. I think it looks really neat. That's gonna look really, really pretty once I put some paint on it. Hopefully we can make it look really pretty. But I love the texture. Isn't that beautiful? So fun. This is unsanded and this is sanded. Now you might want to not sand yours as much. You might like it more rough, but this is what it looks like. If you sand it, you can still see a lot of texture, but definitely not as much as on this. You might just do it lighter than what I'm doing just to get the little peaks off and keep a lot of that texture. However you like it is how you should do it. And you know, if you're doing several of these, you'll kind of get a feel for it and kind of see how it looks after the first one, and then you can go from there. Okay, now for the fun part, which is the painting. These are the 2 colors that I'm going to go ahead and try. And one is from Apple Barrel. It is called Granite Gray, and one is called Parchment by Folk Art. And then I'm just going to use a cheap little paintbrush and just kind of stipple and tap in a circular motion. I don't know if it'll be circular, but I'm going to just kind of tap the paintbrush around and then use a paper towel and kind of smear it in. And hopefully it will give it a really nice aged look.
I just wanna love you right. Love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is right.
I'm gonna go ahead and go in with just a little bit of a darker gray. This is Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel.
I would give it all away to do it all again.
Now I'm just gonna go in with my paper towel and just kind of smear it in. Kind of get rid of the brush spots. And then, you know, if you think it's too dark in certain spots, you can just go right back in with your light. And I'm not even switching paintbrushes. I'm just using the same paintbrush, and you can go right back over it with some light and just keep adding color until you're happy. This is really fun, you guys. It's not hard to do, and I really, really love the way it's turning out.
Never thought I'd feel so
that. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. I think it's so pretty, and this wasn't hard to do at all. Just love it. Very, very pretty. Now for this next one, I think I'm gonna try to add in just a teeny tiny bit of this. It's called Light Mocha by Apple Barrel, and then a tiny bit of Raw Sienna by Folk Art. I'm just mixing and playing around with what I have, you guys. I've never done this before, so if it doesn't turn out, it's okay. I can just paint over it. Let's do a little bit of our Light Mocha and our Raw Sienna. Maybe it'll give it like a little bit of a rust color, I'm hoping. Just a little bit. I don't want to get too crazy with this color. Just a little bit in some little spots here and there.
Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love it till the end of time.
I love the way this one turned out. You can see the little bit of rust showing through, or it kind of looks like rust, and I think it turned out so pretty.
'Cause a love like this.
Okay, and last but not least is the big one. The big, big, big one. This one's gonna be fun.
Love it till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever.
And so here is how they all turned out. I think they are all slightly different and all so beautiful. I will definitely be doing this again. So I hope you guys are going to try it. If you've never done it before, let me know if you're going to try it, or if you have done it, let me know how yours turned out, if there's anything that I could do different.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix half and half. I just have Miracle Grow, this potting mix. This one is just regular, and this one is moisture control. I don't know if it really needs to be mixed, but that's the way I do it.
Oh my child, I know.
These are all little plants that I got at Walmart for like $3 each. And no, I obviously don't want anyone to go to the store if you don't need to. But if you do your grocery shopping there. So I just grabbed a few while I was grocery shopping. And also the lavender is from Walmart that I got a long time ago. I'm sure they still carry it. And then I don't remember where I got this little faux plant, but I think it's so beautiful. Do you guys know what that's called? I think it's called String of Pearls. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but it's really, really pretty. And I would love to have a real one like that. I think they're just beautiful. And this is how everything turned out. If you guys have Instagram and you want to share any pictures of your own terracotta pots with me, I would love that. You can tag me on Instagram.
I know you tried so hard.
DIY number 2 is a farmhouse lantern. I have seen these all over YouTube, so this is nothing original. I've seen many people make these, but I have never made one for myself, and I've always wanted one. So here I'm using 4 8x10 canvases from Dollar Tree that I already had on hand. You guys, I still have tons of stuff from Dollar Tree that I never used from months ago. And this is the easiest way that I found to get the staples out, as I just used a little screwdriver, but these staples can be so hard to get out. And then you can sand down the side of the frame that had the staples just to give it a nicer, smoother look. But I didn't do that. I just put that side of the frame facing inward, so you really don't see it anyway once it's painted. These are skewers from Dollar Tree. You can also get them at most grocery stores, and this is also optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm just kind of measuring how long they need to be and then hot gluing them inside the frames, as you can see here, going both ways in kind of an X, and it just kind of gives a really nice little detail, and it's really easy to do. This lantern is so simple to make, and I think it is so pretty, and it would look really cute like sitting outside on a table on a deck or your back porch or your dining room table. Even in your living room, you could put a candle in it. You could put a little pot with flowers in it like I did. You could put a plant in it. There's just so many different things you could do.
Don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright.
So I just continued hot gluing all of the skewers in. It just takes a few minutes to put this whole thing together, and then it was time to paint.
It'll be alright.
I'm just going to go ahead and use some Waverly White chalk paint in the color white. Waverly White chalk paint in the color white. You could just spray paint this if you wanted to. It would be a lot easier, but I'm going to paint mine. I like to paint things, and so that's how I'm going to do it. But either way would work just fine.
I know you tried so hard.
Once everything was dry, it was time to hot glue everything together, and it's really easy. Just as you can see here, I just put a string of hot glue down and then hot glued one of the sides together and just continued all the way around. Super simple, and that's it, and that is all there is to it. I thought about making a top to this. I was trying to think of a way to make a beaded top, but I just decided to keep it super simple so that hopefully some of you guys will decide to make this. If you don't have, you know, obviously can't go out and go shopping, but maybe have 4 different frames laying around. They don't have to be these exact frames that I have here. They can just be any 4 frames that are the same size, and you can make the same thing. Like I said, you don't have to use the skewers, and this is how everything turned out. Again, I think the pots are beautiful, and so please subscribe to my channel if you would like to. I invite you to. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It just lets you get notified every time I upload a video. Please give this video a thumbs up because it does help my channel. And now for some random clips. I hope you guys have a good weekend or had a good weekend. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you.
Here is gonna be my walking stick. Perfect size for it.
Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you before the sun goes down.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you.
It's what you